very hot day, you know. I guess we kind of thought the attendance would get less with the summertime, and it hasn't yet, right? So I appreciate you guys coming, you know, because it is summertime, kids are out of school, all that kind of stuff. We're okay on Facebook, Amy? 300, 350, how many are on there watching us?
I try to watch it, it's never loud enough.
Never loud enough.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
It's true.
That is true.
especially if people are talking from the back.
Well, yeah, you should be able to hear me because I got this. But I know what you're saying. We got to get some more mics if we have speakers, you know. I thought about bringing in that little, you know, boombox karaoke thing with the it might be a little much, but you know, it might be worth a shot. Okay. I also want to remind you guys of one thing. You should be using this. We done this for years. It used to look different in the past. It used to be this way, and it said market totals or something. But the cool thing about this is that it's from the Review Journal, so it's not like we created it. It was in the paper maybe a month ago. Lynn Collier is their senior real estate reporter. She called us up. She wanted numbers, and bada bing, bada boom. So you should have this in your listing presentation, your buyer's presentation. You know, send it out to clients that aren't local to kind of reiterate who we are. So little stuff like this, just to kind of remind you guys of. Okay. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to cover here today. John's going to talk about a really cool system through Epic. I'm not going to steal it. I think I know a little bit about it, but I'm anxious to find out myself. A lead generating tool, Facebook, social media, stuff like that. The office is closed on Sunday. Please don't come in. You know, they're going to be cleaning the floors. They're going to have the, you know, Zamboni machine like at the arena. You know, it's going to be noisy. So if you come in Sunday, you'll see that on the door. Just turn around, take a breath, and go to Mark's office or go to Jeff's office. Okay.
Did I see it correctly on Facebook that Northwest and Green Valley are closed on Saturday because of this?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. They're not doing this. I think they're doing the Matterport video. They're doing a video. Yeah, because we have a really cool Matterport video of our office that we use in recruiting. I don't know if you guys could use it. Maybe you could, I guess. But you're right. Mark and Jeff are closed Saturday. They're going to do a Matterport video at both those offices. So rough weekend for a Realty One group. So drive to Green Valley.
Well, Green Valley and Northwest is Saturday.
Oh, it's Green Valley. I thought it was Mark's. Oh, okay.
On Sunday. July 11th. So it's not tomorrow? Oh, never mind.
Take the weekend off.
There you go. Okay, we got this all figured out. As you can see, there is no meeting next week. Okay, 4th of July, enjoy yourself, no meeting. Hopefully all of you will hang out and come to this class at 2 o'clock. I'm looking around, 8 of you have approached me and Wendy. How do I put in my listing now? It's all changed. It is. You know, we put in a listing. It was a pain in the butt until we learned it and took Kathy's class. So I got her to come in live, it's 45 minutes. But she's been doing a Zoom class on this every Tuesday for the last 7 Tuesdays. You know, a live class from LVR on Zoom. And she's doing it next Tuesday. So I would recommend hang out here, take some notes, then jump on her Zoom class also. It's not that difficult, but you know how we are with change. You know, we're not excited about that stuff. You know, when we've been doing it the same way for 12 years and now the box has moved and I got to do something else. So try to hang out for Kathy's class. Plus, we might not ever see her again because she's retiring. So it's kind of cool that 37 years she's been doing this. 37 years. So go figure. These are, as you all know, who knows what this is? Well, take a guess. Just a glance, you should know what this is. It's the message of the day that you all get every day. I don't know if you look at it. You need to. But again, here is the class I'm talking about that she does next Tuesday. So what she's teaching today, she's been doing on Zoom all these Tuesdays, and she'll be doing some more on Tuesdays. So me and Wendy jump on these all the time. Do we sit through the whole Cuba Casa finding homes? Maybe not, but we're listening to it because we need to help you guys when you ask us questions, but we need you to also take these classes, okay? They're short, they're pretty, you know, they're succinct, but you need to know about Cuba Casa. If you're brand new, especially if you're an experienced agent from another state and you've been in the business 14 years, you know what you're doing, but then you go into Matrix and you have no clue. You have no clue because you never used Matrix. You used Zip Forms or Paragon or something. You got to take the Zoom Basic Matrix class. if you just take that class, your life is so much easier. Okay, so when you get these messages of the day, a lot of them won't pertain to you or they're old, but some of them will. So do your best to jump on those. More LVR stuff. If you haven't paid your lockbox by this weekend, they're gonna lock you out of your lockbox, if that makes sense. Okay, so $200, is it 200? Yeah, so we all have to pay it, okay? There are actually agents in Nevada that I know of that don't pay for the lockbox. And some of them might call you. Hey, Jorge, this is Tim over at Tim's Realty. Can you give me a code to get into your house? Sure, Tim, what's your public ID? 223-466. Who do you work for? Realty One Group. Okay, so why don't you just go in? Oh, I don't pay for Century Lock. So could you just give me the code? Are you going to give me the code?
No.
You can't. You can if you want, but will you? I don't know. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So that agent should pay the $200, like we all do, and have regular access. So keep that in mind. You might get phone calls from agents that are agents. You pull them up. They're in LVR, but they don't want to splurge for the $200. Go figure. So keep that in mind. These are 5 new forms in Transaction Desk. Love them or like them, they're all in there. So changes to lead paint and residential disclosure guide. So if you have these in your listing templates, okay, change them because they're not the correct ones. Okay, so make sure you're aware of those. That's all the phone numbers for LVR that you guys know of. I want to talk about this real quick. This is part of the listing agreement on page 2. Compensation shall be. Now look at number C. Compensation shall be. Now this is the compensation to you and us. C. If within blank calendar days of final termination. What do you guys normally put in there?
180.
I got 180. Do I hear 280? Do I hear 60? 360. You can put in whatever you want, right? But I think most of you put 180, right? I think I used to put 180. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm the buyer. I'm the listing agent, and I'm signing this. And I say, what does that C mean? If within 180 calendar days of the termination, including extension of this agreement, the property is sold, conveyed, or otherwise transferred to anyone with whom the broker has negotiations or whom with the property was shown prior to final termination. This section C shall not apply if the seller enters into a new listing agreement with another licensed agent after final termination of the listing agreement. So what if so you saw the house today, a month goes by, it expires, and you reach out to the seller directly, and he hooks you up and you guys do a deal? Is that legit?
If you pay me.
It's legit, but that's in place right there. So
Right. In other words, then you're going to find out, come to us, and we're going to get money out of the seller. Okay. What if the same scenario, and then a month later it goes back on the market, and that agent that represented you 4 months ago says, oh, it came back up, let's make an offer. So you make an offer again with that agent. Well, let's say you have a different agent. I'm sorry. Let's say you have a different buyer's agent. And now you submit an offer 3 months later.
No, because it was
no,
relisted.
because it's an agent.
Correct. The key to this is, like Patrick just said, this section C will not apply if the seller has entered into a new listing agreement. Okay. So as long as it's not on the market, if that buyer tries to come back and backdoor you, we can go after them for the money. Okay. Kind of makes sense, right? I thought we were all clear on this, but sometimes we're a little confused on this, just so we're all kind of clear. Okay, good. You guys are ahead of me. Here's the numbers. I don't know. Somebody tell me something about the numbers. Anybody? I don't know.
Average date.
41, it's 38, it's been 43. I mean, we're ahead of last year. We closed 2,400 homes. We're at 2,000 with 10 days left or a week left?
Medium price is going up a little bit.
Yeah, the median price is still the whole thing. Go figure. There was a good article in the RJ the other day about luxury homes. How since the pandemic, luxury homes have gone up substantially higher percentage-wise than non-luxury homes. So I think that's boosting that up a lot.
So what's the luxury price now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know it's a great shady area.
I don't know. Someone says to you, I want to buy a luxury home. What price range is that? Above $1 million? Okay.
I like to make them feel good, so the forfeit.
Yeah, yeah, you know. I mean, I don't think, you know, I don't know if there's a definition of, you know, luxury home, but I guess it's a price point. I mean, it used to be 750, I think, for a long time, because that was a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying whatever you say is correct, but whatever you say is correct.
Whatever they think it is.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. So you just have that conversation with the buyer. So that's June of last year. This quick little stat. Okay, some of these things are hard to follow, so you might want to read it after we're done because we're only going to spend a second on it. But these are the stats from NAR. There's 1,000,002 realtors that are members of NAR, and these are the number of deals, and how many agents did those number of deals. And this is our 20,000 agents. So the point of this is, what's a good year? If you did, how many deals would you be satisfied? Honestly, don't get crazy. Don't say 50. Well, you could. 15, right? If you did 10, 15, right? 5 million a pop. You did, you know, 55 to 600,000. You did 6 to 8 million. You made $200,000. I think we'd all be okay with that, right? Maybe you want more, but we can live with that. So my point is, in that 10 to 20 range, 4% of other realtors are doing that, where we're almost 10% Realtor One Group agents. So it's kind of cool knowing that you guys are outpacing the average agent at NAR, okay? And of course, the one that always drives us crazy is the 71.1% that do, I don't know.
Cost you money to stay in business.
And I think I've been doing this 18 years. I think it's been that way 18 years. Linda, you've been doing it for more than 18. Has it been like that for the most part, right?
50 years.
50, yeah. But I mean, that 3 out of 4 every year don't sell a house. And I just think, yeah. But they pay their dues. They pay us $100 a month, baby. Yeah, that's all we worry about. Just kidding, Cuba. We're just having fun here, yeah. But so that's a cool little stat there. All right, gang. Our favorite home warranty gal of all time today is Lisa Waldeck, and Lisa bought a great breakfast, and there she is. Lisa Waldeck, everybody. Yay! Remind us how long you've been doing this? Not to, you know.
I started in real estate 27 years ago, started in home warranty 19 years ago. So
Wow. It's cool thing about Lisa, she's a realtor too. So she kind of has a feel for what we are paying.
I do,
Yeah.
I do, absolutely. So good morning, everybody. Lisa Waldeck with the Shows on Home Warranty. I want to talk to you guys about listing coverage. I know I talk about it a lot, but I really think that it's super important to
Anybody
talk
here
about it,
want the
especially
intro?
now that we're going to be 100 degrees, 110, 115, 120. And when those listings go
No,
into contract
anybody.
and the buyers do the home inspection, there's not going to be one AC system in the city that is going to run properly. The differentials are going to be off, and the home inspector is going to note that in the home inspection. You're going to want to have the buyers have that checked, and you can use that listing coverage to have that AC
Oh, yes,
checked
that's
and
what that is.
inspected. Most of the time, it's going to be a capacitor, a bad fan motor, a leak in the refrigerant line. We offer up to $1,000 in coverage on
Hey, we'll
AC
just
during
put it
that
on.
listing and escrow period. A capacitor could be $350. A fan motor might be $400. If there's a leak in the refrigerant line, we'll pay for that leak search test and then up to $1,000 to have that, rejuiced up again. So again, what makes it look good for you guys is when you recommend this during the listing appointment, and then when you get that request for repairs back and there's an item on there, and you can remind that seller that they have the home warranty in place that you suggested. If you can save them $500 up to $1,000 on repairs on a house that they don't want to put any more money into, you guys actually look like the hero on that part of that transaction. And you save the day, save them money, and makes you look really good. They're probably going to talk about it to their friends, to their family, to other people about that too, that you saved them money with a home warranty. I can give you the verbiage to put in the MLS and the agent-to-agent remarks. It just says that there is a home warranty in place. Obviously, I'm trying to capture the buyer side of the warranty. There on our seller coverage, we do include HVAC, all of the kitchen appliances, the washer, the dryer, the water heater. We cover the water softener. If you're selling in the rural areas, we do cover the well pump and septic as well. Roof leaks are covered, and we just had that down for 2 days ago. And we know roofs are leaking. Roof leaks are included in our buyer policy and our seller policy. So keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, my brochures outside here have my phone number, have my email. If you're out there writing offers and you're not sure how much to write in, shoot me a text and say, I'm writing an offer. Here's the address. I can look it up in the MLS to kind of take a peek at it. If it says it's got a new water heater, it's got a new AC or newer AC, we can adjust the pricing. If it's got a pool, a saltwater pool, if it's got different things like that, or a casita, I can help you price that out so you can include it in your offer. I do work evenings, I do work weekends, just like you guys. I understand, the business, so reach out to me anytime with any questions, and excellent, thank you.
At least, and if they put the coverage on and they utilize it, what's the come out fee?
The deductible for the seller is $150. For the buyer, it's $100. The reason it's more for the seller is because nobody's paid for the warranty.
Right.
And so, I mean, we're taking all the risk at that point, and in the fact that that may never close.
Sure.
So
Okay.
we do charge $150
Cool.
on that deductible for the seller.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
Awesome.
Okay. Yep. And again, I know all of our home warranty reps are really good with beating you over the head with seller's coverage. And you might say, Tim, enough's enough. But we see lots of listing agreements and stuff where you didn't offer it to the seller.
Well, and if you guys
Yeah.
get that request for repairs back and we've got the listing coverage in place, shoot me a copy of that over. I'll take a look at it and go, guys, this is a bunch of handyman stuff. It's not worth $150 deductible. But if you have an AC claim or you have something, or AC issues, those are going to be where that $150 really comes into play. And I can say, it looks like items 7 and 10 would have potential coverage, and you could use the warranty for that.
I
Gotcha.
had an AC claim last week. They were amazing.
Woohoo! Did you? Nice.
Same day, right? Yeah, it was the same day, and it was the day before I was going out of town, so it was.
Wow.
It was very important. that
Very
I got
nice.
that AC
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, we're fortunate to have some great home warranty companies here in town. We really are. Some more congrats. Let me ask you guys this. This slide, this slide, this slide, this slide, this slide. Those 5. We show them, the first meeting of the week, the first meeting of the week, the first meeting of the month, and then we continue showing it every week after. Should we take them out? Is it redundant? Do you guys care?
Why? I congratulate.
I do too. Okay. I'm just saying it's in there for 5. It's in there every week after week after week after week. But again, I think we do that because sometimes it's their first meeting. A new person just joins us and it's their first meeting. Okay. So I agree. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Then we'll leave it in there. Good stuff. So speaking of that, congratulations, Mikey, to our $1 million club, who's on there. As you can see, that's the top 25. Keith Leary's running for state senate, just so you know. He's got the whole patriotic thing going there, looking good. There's our top 5 teams, and our rising star Miguel and Jonathan. And we love our mentees that win awards because they never come to the meetings. Okay, just saying. No, I'm kidding. No. Yes, well, Miguel is a police officer, and Jonathan, I'm not sure what Jonathan is. Oh, there you go. That's it. There's no excuse. Jonathan is on Facebook, right? Right, Jonathan? Dude? All right. All right. Last month we hired 9 new agents. This month we're up to 6, just so you know. And a lot of that has to do with you guys. I think I see Reed on here and Maria. Where's Reed and Maria? We all know there they are. Say hello, hello, hello. They're brand new. Okay. What else we got here? More anniversaries. Yeah. Patrick's been here 21 years. Do we really care? Yeah. But it is commendable, gang. It is. I mean, let's be honest. It's.
Hey, the new kid that was in here is only 21. I've been here as long as he's been alive.
Dude, that's scary when you put it that way. That's really rough. I mean, that's. Wow.
Patrick signed up at the mobile phone when they had.
He did. Yeah.
So horse and carriage.
Yeah. And speaking of recognizing people, we appreciate Kathleen Lamarche coming to our meeting. Say hello to Kathleen, everybody. Okay. And does anybody know who this guy is? No, I'm serious. Who doesn't know who he is? Everybody knows who he is. So if I ask you his name, you'll tell me his name. No. I think you should say hello and tell us who you are.
My name's Dustin. I'm John Morgan's son. I'll be joining his team.
Woohoo!
He's down here showering up for the week, following him around.
There you go. Good stuff. Oh boy, John. Yeah. All right. Don't blush too much, John. All right, it's okay. All right. Right.
He did my loan very short time. He is absolutely wonderful. He said, I'm with my book prep as an agent, and I was the worst.
I'm sure.
And then he buy everything he's in there.
That goes without saying. Yes, of course.
Yes, it was.
There you go. Gotcha.
But
Okay.
it's fabulous, so confusing.
I'm with you. Okay. And I don't know if his name is on here because he's been here, I think, almost 20 years. He makes a cameo appearance. He never gets here early. He comes in during the meeting, so we have to recognize him. Conrad, everybody. There he is. Say hello to Conrad. Okay. Yeah. He comes in at 9:30 or whatever, or 9:40 or something. How long have you been here?
He's 06.
Wow. Here we go again. That's 20. We're gonna have to add some sort of scale if he's been here earlier or the longest. Crazy. 2020, Jesus. Okay, happy birthdays. If you want to do birthdays, coming up stuff. There's a flyover. I've seen this in the past. It's kind of fun. If you have kids, especially. When my niece and nephew were little, we went a bunch of years in a row. Kind of fun for the Thunderbirds. It's on a Saturday. Wind Down Wednesday is you guys, I don't know what you did last night, but it was a hoot in here. It was loud. It was, you were throwing stuff at each other. I don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to do Sky Slope and I couldn't do it, you know. But we oh, yeah, some of them are hung over here from that, you know. So Joan, we appreciate you putting that on. I know Sarah helps you with it too. Your charcuterie girl, what's her name? Amy. She comes every week, so good stuff. We appreciate it. We really do. Upcoming stuff. We're at the end of Matthew's free classes. There's a class today in Green Valley on agency, and he's doing an ethics class here on Monday. So he's probably going to take a month or two off from offering free classes for us. You know, we can only beat them up for so long for free classes. So there's 2 more if you need those. Get them out of the way. Gotta love AI. That's Jeff Hatfield, everybody. I think most of you have met him. Jeff's a great guy. I know him for a long time. He is really involved with an organization called VA Rep. Who's heard of VA Rep? Okay, Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. He used to be the president. He's still on it. I was on the board with him for a bunch of years, 2017 to 2020 or something like that. But he's doing a class with Sarah at here. Okay, after the meeting on July 9th. Okay, so.
So no meeting next week, and then we'll have.
Correct. The next meeting he'll be doing it right afterwards. And I think we all want to work with veterans in the military. We have to. Nellis, Creech, but you need to know the lingo a little bit. You need to know how they get paid. They don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You know, it's different terminology. So by hanging out with Jeff for this class, you'll get some insights on how to deal with the veteran that I think will make that relationship go really smooth. Okay.
Don't know what benefit really includes. There's a lot of stuff in there that you take advantage of. So.
How many veterans think they can buy a house with no money down and no money out of their pocket? Every single one, right? Because that's what they're taught at the VA. Oh yes, no money down, don't worry about it. You know, it's 100% financing, but they don't mention the 3% closing costs. You know, on the $800,000 house that they have to pay for, hypothetically. You know, their normal closing costs. So stuff like that, Jeff will cover with you. And he's a Marine Corps veteran from the Marine Corps. Good guy. Another class by Rock Tado. Laura's doing it in July. Another free CE class on divorce. She has an attorney coming in. That's at Rock Title. Correct, not here. Okay. It is the same time we're doing our meeting. Just saying. But if you need a CE class, go. You know, we'll fill you in on our stuff. I would recommend you sign up for this today. It's going to get sold out in a week. Okay. This is the next MLS forum. This guy Jared James is one of the most sought out speakers in our industry right now. Go on Instagram, put in Jared James. Really good stuff. You know, former agent, now he's a trainer. It's $40. You get lunch. You get free.
Breakfast, you get a plated lunch, and then they have an ice cream social afterwards. Plus, they do tons of raffle prizes during the ice cream social. I mean, really great gifts.
Yes, and is there a CE class? No, it's just MLS. No, I'm thinking of the.
Where's it at?
It's at the Orleans. The Orleans. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's only $40. You need to write off with all the money you guys make. You need write off. So here's $40 that you can write off. Okay. But he's a really good speaker. But it will go immediately. It'll go fast. It really will. And then you'll come to me, and I won't be able to get you in. Okay. So please jump on that as soon as you can. That's the rev up schedule coming up for the new agents. Don't forget, we pay for your post and your CE. That's the digital calendar. Onboarding coming up July 1st. Jeff will be doing it, and then I'll be doing one in August for all you new folks. So if you're new in the company the last 30, 60, 90 days, you'll get some emails remind you of this, that you jump on the Zoom call. It's really important that you do that. Well, Ms. McMahon, anything you want to share with us while you're here besides your red, white, and blue giveaways?
Here for 4th of July. Hope everybody has a safe holiday weekend. We obviously have our class coming up with working with veterans. We'd love for you to join us. And yes, I will have some food for that too, because you know you're never gonna go hungry with me. We're gonna have snacks.
That a girl.
Please take a 4th of July light up situation over here on your way out, and I hope everybody has a really safe one.
Just don't open up, don't light them in the office, okay? Please. I shouldn't have to say that, but you never know. I mean, you know, if you brought them out last night, I would think they would have been lit last night. Yeah, last night those babies would have been wee. You know. All right. Me and Sharon want to talk about rentals again. We have rental checks just sitting there, and we don't know who gets the money. It's just silly. So you need to put information. You need to put the rental compensation and showing agreement into SkySlope at a minimum, just like you would the BBRA. So this way we can try to pay you, okay? But in case you forgot, this is how you fill out the CDA. There's only 4 boxes. Is this the one they always forget? The second 30? That's the one that you always forget. Not always, but some of you do. So it's the dollar amount, 10%, 10%, and the total. And the agent is not Sharon. She does not get paid, okay? I'm kidding. But you go there, okay? Your name, okay? So it's simple. We want to pay you, but how many checks do you have? 10, 12, 20? I mean, it's crazy.
Use it for a party.
I agree. I agree.
It's about
8.
checks right now. I have no idea who they belong to, and I have 1 referral check. That's a pretty large amount.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
probably over $5,000. So if you have a referral out there you don't know and there's no address on it, please reach out to me. So I can.
Because what's going to happen, I guess after 30 days, we'll probably send them back. Right. And then, you know, you'll call them up and, oh, okay, now we have to issue another check and you're going to wait another potentially 30 days to get paid. Just do it right the first time. You know, just once you upload the rental referral agreement and the rental BBRA, as I like to call it, then you're okay. You're ahead of the game. Okay. Then when the money comes in, if there's an address on the check, she can at least let you know that it's here. Okay. So everyone kind of okay with that? Is that we good, Chair, for the most part? Yeah. Okay. That's the steps to put stuff into SkySlope, as we know. Me and Wendy had a conversation, and
Can you go back?
I can.
Tim?
I guess you.
Yes. Can you let everybody know where to find that? Like, how to create files in SkySlope and rentals and.
You want me to tell them where this form is? Where is this form?
In Sharon's office.
Pretty much.
Wendy's up.
You know, right? You know, it's when you come to onboarding, we give it. You know, this is an onboarding. Okay. This is something that we typically email to all the new agents when you guys join. Okay, particularly when you have your first deal or your first reason to go onto SkySlope. Me and Wendy will sit down with you and walk you through how to do this. Okay, so again, it's funny in this job, gang. A lot of this it goes back on you guys to be accountable and practice and watch videos and all that stuff. You know, we have a new agent, very high producing agent, came from another state. You know, I don't know if I won't say if he or she, but you know, she's fighting with Matrix like you wouldn't believe. Oh my God, I think she's gonna, you know, or he. You know, and she's calling me and Sharon and you know, we're getting a little pissy, like, you know, but if she went to the Matrix class that I showed you in the message of the day, he or she would not have this frustration that they have. Okay, so again, a lot of this goes back to you guys. We can only point you in the right direction. You know, we can't do everything. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Is that what you wanted me to say about this? I'm not sure, but as good as it gets here. So I was saying, me and Wendy were talking about, we have a managers meeting every month with all the managers in Arizona and corporate, all the bigwigs, and we talk about what's going on in the different offices. So I asked Wendy to come up with some ideas about office reminders. And this is in there. This is nothing that you don't know, okay? And a lot of this is I don't know, what's the nice word I'm trying to look, you know. There you go. If you go into the conference rooms and the 4 chairs are where they are, you spend an hour in there with your clients and their 7 kids, don't leave in the chairs or, you know, upside down. Put the chairs back, please, okay? Little stuff like that, okay? Clean up after yourself. Try not to abuse the copier and the printer, okay? There could be a time where that free thing changes, and I don't want that to ever change. I love it. But if you see someone printing out 1,000 copies of their whatever, come to me. you have to rat him out. Just say, Tim, look what Conrad's doing. You know? And I won't tell him Patrick told me, you know, but we got to keep mindful of this stuff. We really, really do. Okay. So I don't mean to be a jerk about it. You know, you're not supposed to bring a dog in the place. Now, I know we don't have a lot of dogs. You know, I think, you know, some people have a little dog that goes in the thing. You know, Mary has her dog in there. Okay. We just got to be mindful of this stuff. Okay. Because
Let one, you should let others.
I'm with you, baby. I know it's a tough one here. You know, I mean, if Czar Zangina joined us and he has 9 Great Danes, he really does. He has 9 Great Danes. Yeah. Tim, I see that little poodle from Mary in the office. I'm going to bring in, and all his Great Danes names start with a Z. Very strange, but he's a good guy. So you're right. If we let the 2-pound dog come in, we should let the 100-pound dog come in. You know, and then that just makes my life more miserable. Okay, and I don't want my life to be any more miserable than it is. Okay, so just abide by some of the stuff. Anybody have questions about any of this? Anything on here not make sense to you? I mean, if you're out in the bullpen and you're talking to your client, I shouldn't be able to hear the conversation in my office. And I do. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know, they're going back and forth with their client, you know, and I have to go in the conference room. You know, I shouldn't have to tell them, you know, you're an adult. Go into the conference room or go outside. Okay, so just try to do the things that are right. Wen, do you want to help me out here with this, or anything you want to throw in there?
Just a couple, actually. So when you're printing, if you're gonna print large amounts, it's hard when you guys do it during the day because then it jams up the printer for everybody else. So if I need to print one thing, I gotta wait for your 500 copies. So just, you could do it after hours, or you could print in smaller batches, like 50. And then wait and see, let it open up, and then another 50 or something, just so we can all use the printers as well. And then if you are meeting your clients here and they need to use the restroom or get a soda, please walk them over there just so they know, because we have them just wandering, and there's people coming out of their offices going, I need something, you know, and they're helping your clients. And you could just say, oh, over here, make a left, like that. Just give them some kind of direction so they're not wandering up and down the halls. So this one is printed separately, but in there, the packet is additional ones that we talked about a couple weeks back, but never use whiteout on your contracts, ever. When buying or selling your own properties, you still need to fill out all the documents. Even if you're not collecting a commission, you get this one a lot, and you will need to make a SkySoap file. Just because you're a licensed realtor and it's your own doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything, right? So you do have to treat it like a regular transaction. When you are the listing agent, you cannot enter the property after it records into the buyer's name. So if you have keys and remotes and things like that, don't wait till it records to go drop everything off. Once you know that it's out for recording or they've already done their walkthrough, go and deliver that stuff and put that in the house. And then when you're representing a seller who is selling their property in a trust, that seller must have a bank account. Here's for you. I ran into this a couple of times actually with Kathleen. So they must have a separate bank account in the trust name in order for title escrow to release the funds to them. Because a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, just write it to my personal checking account, and they cannot release the money. So a lot of times they figure that out the day that they're signing, and then they're freaking out because they can't get their money in 24 hours. So, and when you see a trust, always ask about a trust account. Yes, Kathleen.
Goes with LLC type entity.
Okay, yep, so anything other than their personal self, they have to have a separate account in that name. Anybody else? Anything? No? Good?
Beautiful.
All right.
And just if you have a listing and the house closes, I recommend you remove that box immediately. Take all your stuff out of the house. We had one of our agents that closed on Wednesday, told the other agent Thursday she would pick up the lockbox and whatever else. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, lockbox is still there. The buyer cut it off. The seller had 3 Amazon deliveries over the weekend. The buyer threw them away. And the other agent put this in a text to our agent. So I'm not saying everyone should do that, but this buyer didn't want that box on there, didn't want anything to do with the former seller. So get that stuff off there quickly, okay? Just to save aggravation, or, you know, rumor has it the buyer's going to lodge a complaint to the division against us and our agent. Should she? I don't know, but you know how people are. We're all different. So remove your stuff as soon as you can. It'll make your life so much easier. Okay. All right, gang. You know him, you love him. Okay. He has a pretty cool lead machine presentation here. Even though, hey, does every office have an LO now?
Except for Southwest.
So it's you, Dave Gonzalez,
Mhm.
and Vinny in Green Valley, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
All right. So we teased about this about a month ago, being able to generate leads based on mortgage rates and stuff like that. How many of you guys are receiving my weekly mortgage rate updates?
Mhm.
Okay. If you're not, check your spam. They're probably dropping in. I think I set all of you guys up to get a Monday, Wednesday, Friday on just a default. So check your spam for those days. Once you start moving those into inbox, it'll automatically drop in your inbox. But back in the day when we were running real estate and generating leads, we were getting more leads and better conversions out of posts and marketing based on special lending programs or rates. Right now, where are all the buyers focused? Freaking rates. Exactly. Okay. So this tool kind of came out for us to be able to send you guys rates, right? And the guy that built it is one of the LOs with us, and I was like, this could be so much better. Like he goes, yeah, I want the realtors to use it. I'm like, well, the realtors aren't going to use it the way it is. I'm like, let's start building this out. Like realtors need simplicity, right? They need to be able to click and send or click and invite, but be able to put it on social media, be able to use it for their open houses. And so I put my realtor hat on and we started building this out for you guys, okay? So it's still a good tool for us, but it's a better tool for you now, all right? So like you're getting these rates Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or daily. What if you post these rates yourself out on social media and said, hey, if you want these daily, click here. They click there and they register, all of a sudden they're a lead for you. And now you know someone is rate focused, they're buyer focused, okay? Because they're watching the rates, they're watching affordability, because that's a big thing right now. So they click it, they register, they're attached to you, and now we're moving forward, okay? So once you register yourself, you'll have your own dashboard, okay? Once you're co-branded. I'll send another invite out today. So again, check your spam. It'll invite you to co-brand. Because right now you're just a subscriber unless you co-branded with me, and you're just getting rates. You want to co-brand so you can start marketing this stuff and generating leads. Once you're co-branded, you have this dashboard. So this is my demo realtor, John the Realtor, doesn't exist anymore. So once you're on your dashboard, you'll see here's a link for your own landing page. So you as an agent will have this landing page. You can drive people here. These things are updated every day. They can see the rates, they can see where the rates are trending, right? And then they can also sign up for their own rate alerts. So that's your landing page. Where am I? Here's a link that you can copy and put in your Facebook post if you want them to just go right to the registration, not to the landing page. You click that, that's going to take them to a registration process. Here, they're going to put in what they think their credit score is, where they're looking, down payment, all that information, because when they do that, they are now going to have their own page. Here's my fake client. Their own page that looks like this. There you go. So they can log in daily.
John, quick question. So that link that I have as an agent, I send it to my database as an
Good.
example.
Good.
Is there a chat GPT generated wording that you have
Good.
for us
You
to
could.
put in that email?
Yep.
Or when I post it on Facebook? You know what I'm getting at?
So basically you could take one of the social media images that you download, throw it in chat and say, hey, I'd like to create a Facebook post or a database message to register. Here's the link that they click. Can you put this all together for me in either a social media post or email? Spits it out in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that. We'll show you that image here in a second. But so here's what the buyer will see. Okay, Every day they log in, this rate's gonna be different because it's updating based on what they put in, what they think their credit score, how much they're gonna put down, the product that they be doing, okay? So it's gonna have that every day
So that's a customized rate for that
for that
particular person.
Okay?
No
Once
shit.
they fill out an application, now I take over, I put all the hard numbers in, the exact numbers, okay? So they get to watch it daily based on their application, all right? So they can go here, they can click on this, they can read the full daily briefing of what's going on with the rates if they're into that, okay?
Yeah.
They could also click, where have the rates been? All right, let's go to 60 days. So this little flat line here was when we were working on it, but ultimately they can see where these rates are going. You can see the volatility back then. So we can stop telling them once these rates start going down that we're just telling them they're going down. They can see that they're going down. So they'll have that and be able to use that. The coolest thing on here though, for the buyer, is here's their payment. They can adjust this for purchase price. So instead of asking you, it's like, oh, what do you think my payment would be if we went up to 550, right? Well, you don't know, but now they do because they can just scroll this and find out. And then if they want to buy down the rate, they click this. They can click here and see what does it mean to buy down the rate? What does it mean for them? But then it also gives them all the options based on today's rate, pricing, and everything. Like, oh, 6.625 is what John suggests because he's probably going to cover that point. But what if I want to come in and let's say I can go to 6.375? What does that mean for me? They click that and they scroll down and it said, if you want to go to there, it'll cost you $4,300 up front as a closing cost. It'll save you $82 a month and it'll take you 4 years and 5 months to break even. Anybody think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
No. No. Because they're gonna refi. If they don't sell the house in 4 years, they're gonna refi before then, okay? So that means that money goes in the trash. They could keep going further, these nice flashy buttons, they're gonna click them and they're gonna go. It's like, okay, but if I stay in 7 years and let's say the rates never really go down far enough to refi, now all of a sudden, 7 years, I got a 60% return on that investment. That sounds cool, but again, knowing the market, we're not gonna get to 7 years on that mortgage. And then they can click again and see, play with creative ways to, maybe if I didn't save $82 a month, I bought it down and paid what that payment was, put the extra $82 in the payment, how much your return would be over 7 years.
So when my client calls me and says, Tim, this is great. I changed my mind where my kids are going to school now. We're not going to sell. I'm thinking about refining. Should I refi, Tim? What do I tell them?
Not if you bought it down.
Yeah, stop right there. Say, oh man, you should talk to John.
There you go. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Because this doesn't,
you're
not a mortgage advisor.
Right. Exactly.
This
Just be careful.
Mainly to get buyers in there to play with.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be able to see what's going on. It helps me convert them a lot easier. Because now I can see they're playing with this. They're in here every day. They're opening every day. I'm like, hey, this is John Morgan. You know who I am? Yeah. You're the guy with my app. Yeah. Cool. Hey, are you? I know they're playing with it. I'm like, hey, are you using that app at all? He goes, yeah, I use it every day. Cool. Like, what do you like about it? It's like, oh, I like the buy down thing. Where's your rate at right now? It's like, oh, 6.75. I go, where do you want it to be? And then they're saying this, and I'm like, you know what? Let's fill out an app. Real easy, no cost, not even full hard credit pull. But let me take a look at your situation and see if we can get you there without cost. All of a sudden, we got a guy applying because they're here instead of the guy looking at all these open house ads on Facebook, not knowing how to get there. Okay, so it's a more convertible situation. So that's what their page will look like, okay? Once they log in or register. All right, let's go back to the dashboard. Let's get rid of some of these. That one. All right. So you're on clients. You can see also the realtor preview, pre-qual view. You will be able to come in here. So this person happens to be approved for up to $937 max purchase price with the 20% down. You can view the letter of that, right? And download the actual pre-approval letter if you want. Or if you have an offer below that, you come down here and you can edit the terms, right? It's like, okay, we're not going to put it, we're not going to 937, but he did like one at 700,000. We are gonna go with the 7/31 closing date. It's gonna be conventional. Earnest money's not 5,000 on this one, it's 10,000. Put that in there. You could keep filling all this stuff out if you want, right? It'll all go into that approval letter. So now you save the terms and you click view letter and you got a new letter, updated, 700,000, loan amount, 6.75, 30 years, conforming, and you can fire that right off. Okay?
So am I doing that as the agent or are you doing it as the
Yeah,
LO?
I'd rather do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I was just
I
saying.
like knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you're calling me on Sunday night and I'm awake and available and just kicking out approval letters. Yes. So I don't mind that, all right? But if you are one of those guys that, I don't want to call John and be a jerk and ask him for pre-approval for 700, 690, and 680, it has happened. And I'll do it. I don't have any problem with it. I'll give them all to them, okay? But then they could just jump in here and create all three of them in seconds, okay? So there's that tool.
It'll have your signature at the bottom?
It will, yeah. Even cooler, not very many people are gonna use this. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's there and it's available if you like it. You do have the option to upload your offer. Uploads the offer, it fills all this stuff out. Listing agent, address, everything into there. And then you just save terms and now your approval letter is completely based on the offer you're sending, 100%, okay? Then you can actually send this link to the listing agent and it'll give them the option to upload pull the letter. But then it also creates this little
Hi,
video.
Mark. This is John Morgan with Epic Lending. I'm the loan officer on the buyer's side for the offer on 123 Main Street, and I wanted to reach out personally. The buyer has let me know they made the offer at $720,000 and would like to close on July 30th, 2026, and both are okay for this client. My borrower is fully underwritten and pre-approved, and I've made this file a priority on my end so we can move quickly and close on time. You'll have my direct line the whole way through. If anything comes up, call me and I'll take care of it. I'm looking forward to working with you to get your seller to the closing table smoothly, Mark. Thanks so much.
All right. So yeah.
That's Academy Award situation there. This is, come on.
We want to give you all the options, okay? All right. So there's that. Now let's get to the cool stuff. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is what's going to make you money. We tried this out. I was at an open house on Saturday. Okay. So you can put your open house. We got an open house coming up this weekend. Click add the open house. You're going to put the address, list price, property taxes, HOA, upload the photo. Okay. You're going to check if it's your listing or not because it'll change your flyer, right? If you're just, let's say Damon's team, Damon's listing agent, one of the team members are hosting it. It'll show offered by Damon Caldwell as listing agent, and then there it say hosted by your information. So automatically creates that flyer if you are or are not the open house, the listing agent. So here's a sample. So at the open house, you can either open up your laptop or have an iPad ready, and you can open the iPad page, and it'll have a house picture of the house in the background. And based on today's rates, it could change in the middle of the day too. So if you open it and they went down at noon and your open house is at 4 in the afternoon, it updated. So now it says if you're doing an FHA, that's your payment. It's already got the taxes, insurance all built into it. So it's a full encompassing payment. Now they can go ahead and they can click visit open house and they're basically signing into your open house. And they go into your platform as a lead, okay? So we know we're automatically getting that lead too. It's like, oh, someone just visited Damon's open house. Cool. So I could reach out too. We're notified every time someone signs in. Or they're like, hey, that's cool. If they're really looking at it and seeing it, it's like, yeah, that's just a standard payment. You want to see what your payment is? We want them to see that payment because now they're going to put their real information in and what they think their credit score is, even if they put it 50 points higher than what it really is, that's okay. But they're engaged in this. So now they're registering as a client or an actual buyer. So, and that'll take them back to that. That'll create that page for them to use. All right, so those are those two things. And you could also create an open house flyer. In your profile, you can change all the colors. You can change it to Don't get hung up on compliance. This is a lending flyer, not a real estate flyer. So if you're like, oh my gosh, for real estate, I have to have this, this, and this. It will have your license number and all that information on there, listed by whatever, but it is a lending flyer at the end of the day. So don't get too carried away. It's like, oh, it's missing all these things to be compliant with real estate. No, it's my flyer. You just print it, okay? This, we learned Saturday, is the coolest. I thought having the iPad was cool. It's like, oh, they can play with that. No. They walk away with this flyer, all right? They're gonna go home, and now they're gonna play with it. They might not have registered on there when they're at the open house. They might not even do it Saturday. Sunday, they're sitting there, the flyer's on the counter, they scan it. All of a sudden, boom, you have a new lead. Oh, shoot, okay? What we had on Saturday was, we got one from that person, and then we got another one because they were looking for their daughter. So the parents scanned it to see what their payment would be, and then on Monday, they took it to the daughter, and the daughter scanned it. This thing can keep creating leads long after the open house, long after they leave. How many of you send a freaking sign-in sheet with your client when they leave? No, they're gone for good, okay? We need to provide value to get good information. If you give enough value, they're gonna give you the right information, and now your database is strong, okay? So when they scan that code, they're gonna show up on that page I just showed, that goes on the iPad. And they can keep scanning. And when they do scan it, like, let's say Monday, they came in on Saturday, so we had a Friday rate. On Monday, and they scanned it, it could be a little less, because the rates could have gone down, or it could have been a little more. So it's always updated for that. Any questions on the open house part of it, that tool? Okay, let me show you the social piece. Here. All right, on your dashboard still, we go to social. Now you can download images to put on social media or send to your clients. Download this image, says, where are we, Thursday? Oh, good, they're already updated. So today's rates, I'm trying to get them, there's this couple step process. First, I need him to get it to where when you click download, it automatically downloads it. It's not doing that right now. I want it to get there at least. But you can right click it and save the image and post it. Extra step, but we're gonna get to this even more easier. So all you gotta do, copy that, post it on your Facebook or whichever group you wanna post it in, garage sale group, whatever groups you belong in, they're all, as long as you're not gonna get kicked out, go generate leads, because they wanna see that stuff, okay? Put that in your Facebook post and then go back to your link on your dashboard and say, if you'd like to get these in your inbox every day, click here to register. And now all of a sudden you're generating leads of people who are interested in where the rates are today. Okay? Is that a good lead gen? You get the person that registered off of a post of the rates, that's a quality lead. Okay? All right. So, and then we have, the next step is, because I want it for us too as lenders, I want to just click post. And I want it to show up on my freaking Facebook or whatever Facebook I have in there, without me doing anything else, okay? And I know you guys want to too. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go in here and click this and boom, it's on my Facebook every morning. Hey, I'm there. All right, so that's coming too. We gotta get there. Your subscriber tab, that is going to let you go in and change which days you want. You can do Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday does not matter because it's just gonna give you Fridays over and over. All right, because the rates stop changing on Friday at 3 o'clock. Done, set. So if you only want it a couple times a week, I'd say Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, because pretty much all of the econ news is done Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so the rates are pretty much done being volatile by Thursday, unless someone drops a bomb on someone Thursday night, then we got a problem. All right, so Monday, Thursday is good, but if you want it every day, great. Save it. Now you're gonna start getting it on those days. So.
What do you mean start getting it? The agent's gonna get it or the client's?
This is your dashboard, so you're setting up your own time frame of when you want to receive it. Okay. Your clients are gonna set up theirs when they register and all that. So. All right. Any questions on this?
Fabulous.
This, I need to have them change this to be, to invite clients for you guys, so that when you click on it, that this QR code will be something that you can put out for clients to scan and register and all that stuff. So that's an upgrade coming.
So John, if they're getting your rate email during the week, they're automatically in?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
So you're in as a subscriber, but
Right.
you want to be co-branded so you can have the dashboard. All right, so after this meeting, I'm gonna send everybody another one, so check your spam and co-brand if you want.
Okay.
Couple housekeeping things for mortgages. Personal property. If it's a cash deal, put whatever you want on the contract. Don't care. But if there's gonna be a mortgage, do not put the dining room table and chairs on the other contract. It happens a lot, okay? So put it in a bill of sale. Put on the bill of sale upon successful execution of close of escrow, seller transfers this dining room table and chairs to the buyer at no cost. Great. They sign that. It's not locking the seller because they gotta close. So that's the only way they're gonna get them, all right? And then take that stuff out of the contract. It'll happen every time. Other thing, we do not want to see the request for repairs. Do not want to see it. Please do not send that to us. And if the listing agent says, oh, just put that $1,000 on the request for repairs, don't. You're still gonna need an addendum that says seller to contribute $1,000 toward buyer's costs for the escrow. All right? Utah actually created a document. It's an actual addendum to the contract for personal property. Just closed one. They put personal property in the contract. She sent me that addendum, and I sent it up the chain. I'm like, will this suffice instead of taking the stuff out and putting a bill of sale? But yes, it will. So I immediately forwarded it to Mark Otero. I said, get this to your document people in Nevada so we can get one done for Nevada and have that available in Sky Slope. So you don't have to do the extra work of putting a freaking bill of sale and all that stuff. Put it in the contract, just have that down.
Doesn't it still address the
It does, but the language in the addendum basically states that this personal property contributes less than this amount to the actual value, because we have to have the appraiser completely not look at that in evaluation. And if it's just in there, even if we think the appraiser didn't look at it, let's say it was a freaking slip and slide, the appraiser's not gonna consider that in the value of the home. But the underwriters are like, well, I mean, it could be a really nice slip and slide, we don't know, okay? So hopefully, I mean, we know how long it takes to get documents, and it might never happen, but if we get it, cool, because that helps a lot. Because even though I'm saying this, agents will keep putting personal property.
And this form Utah is by their association, correct? Yeah, okay.
Guilty one doesn't break form, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has to be created by LDR. LDR has to do it.
I'll be on real estate by then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. I sent it to every state that I was working in because this happens that much.
How often are you seeing a bill of sale where there's money involved with
I
it?
don't see bill of sale.
I know you
either.
don't.
Send me the bill of sale.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with bills of sale.
No, don't want to
Okay.
see a request for repair. Don't want to see a bill of sale.
Okay.
On the request for repairs, you want to attach like the $1,000 credit. The best way to do it is go in lieu of repairs. Seller to credit $1,000 toward buyer's closing costs. That's on the request for repairs.
Just put it on the
And
debt.
then you put an addendum, not mentioning.
In lieu of.
So
It's one line.
crediting buyer $1,000. And that's for a seller, they want that attached. They want to know that, hey, this isn't $2,000. This is, you know, 1,000 here and 1,000 here. It's just the same $1,000.
Yeah. We don't want to see the seller disclosures. We don't want to see that stuff. But if the freaking somehow, I've had this happen at Title put that in their package to the closer. Closer sees it. All of a sudden the underwriter catches wind of it. Now all of a sudden they're like, hey, they're giving $1,500 for roof repairs. I need the inspection report and
Hey.
disclosures.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay, that's how things can snowball in a hurry. All right. I fought this fight because I was an agent, and one time an underwriter asked me for the property disclosure, seller disclosure. I'm like, absolutely not. You don't need to see it. She goes, well, it's checked in the contract. I don't give a shit. You're not gonna see it. I go, it's always checked in the contract. It counts. It's like, well, it says that if it's in the contract checked, I have to see it. No, you don't. And I won the fight. Here's where I lost the fight. If we're using Nevada housing, it's actually in the laws and the whole thing, that if it's checked, there's no way around it. Anything checked on the contract is part of the contract.
Like if you're doing home as possible or something, or
Yeah.
one of
Yeah,
those.
I have to get the property disclosure to them, so
Right.
hopefully there's nothing on it. I had the underwriter, my head underwriter, I'm like, she goes, well, is anything on it? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
She goes, well, look at it. No, I'm not gonna look at it. You're not gonna look at it. She goes, well, here's the thing. What if they come back and the deal blows up? We have to know. I'm like, shit. She goes, just send it to me. I'm like, all right. Send it to her. She goes, nothing on it. I'm like, good. So, but just know that sometimes we will have to get it if there's a Nevada housing, but never ever any reason will I ask for that thing unless it has to come. So we don't want to see it.
Gotcha.
All right. That's all I got.
We're good?
This guy, so.
Yeah, we know who the new guy is, right? Good stuff, guys. Hey, all right, guys, before I forget.
You can scan that QR code in there, and there's one outside the door. If you want to, scan, not this one.
I got you.
Yeah.
Did Suzanne pick a winner? Okay, we'll find Suzanne. All right, guys, a little trivia. I love this trivia stuff. 2,000, 16,000, 53,000, or 100,000 plus. How many properties in Nevada have septic tanks? Tick tock, tick tock, tick. 53. I got a 53. Okay. Okay. How many? Damon says 16.
Number 4.
Going crazy with number 4, huh? Let's get nuts, right? And there's a million, right? 3 million people live in the state. There might be, right? Okay. Yeah. No, this is the whole state. No, it's just for Clark County. Just messing with you. Damon is correct. 16,000 homes, Clark County have septic tanks, and you might run across this, and they do an inspection, and the septic tank it's gone, it's shot, and they want to. This is important, and they want to get connected to water. It's $250,000 to do that. Nevada Water District is trying to pass a law that the homeowner has to pay for that. Now, hopefully that would never pass, but we don't run into septic a lot in Clark County, El Ely and Winnemucca, all these crazy, yeah, Pahrump has some too, yeah, from Nye County, yeah, okay. Steph?
So I had a client who bought with me a home with a septic tank a couple of years ago. What do I do? Do I warn them or what?
You don't do anything. You call them up and say, hi, how you doing? Got any referrals for me? They, if they get something from the water district, they might call you. Hey, Steph, I got this thing, or they're forcing me to convert my septic tank to, yeah. Yeah. System, right, doesn't get reused or whatever the term is. Yeah. And this one is real quick. I know we just had some voting going on, some politics happened, whatever. What percentage of realtors vote every year? Of those numbers, what percentage of realtors vote? Just vote. Just vote for the presidential election, vote for your county commissioner, in general. Number 3, 72? According to Joe Bresney, who I'm going to get him in, he's our lobbyist for a company called Carrera, Nevada. He goes to Washington and fights so we don't pay taxes on ours that we're 1099. They're trying to pass a law to increase the capital gains because it's been what, 500 or 250 and 500 for 50 years, and home values have gone up, so that's got to change. Okay, according to Joe, 88% of realtors vote. That's why politicians love us, because they know we vote. They don't vote. And 72%, according to Joe, is the nationwide percentage.
You're talking about for presidential elections?
He just said, Tim, 88% of realtors vote compared to 72% of the general public. So I don't know if he broke down, commissioner or, the water guy or the dog catcher here, so. I agree. There was just my buddy lives in New York. Something happened in New York where there was some sort of vote. I don't know. I don't try not to follow this stuff, but it was a big deal, like nationwide with who won, and 11,000 people voted.
It was a primary.
There's 8 million people that live in New York, and 11,000 voted, and this whole thing is going to change in New York. All this crazy stuff is going to change, from what I understand. So go figure. Anyway, all right, kids. Anybody else? Anybody have a property they want to promote, or open house this weekend, or give me and Wendy some money? No, nothing here. All right, guys.
Townhome. I have a townhome.
You do?
Forgot.
Where is it?
Alta and somewhere between
Okay.
Alta and Durango.
That's nice.
It's in Elon. If anybody's been
Yeah.
around a while, great little community. It's a combination of townhomes and condos. 3 pools, fitness center.
How big? How many square feet?
Single story townhome. Single story, it's 238.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
3 bedroom,
No, kidding.
2 bath.
Something's wrong here, you know. What's...
Every turn out 338, sorry.
Oh, all right.
238 is a little light.
What area? What's the HOA?
7847 Settler Bridge.
What's the HOA? Is it crazy HOA?
HOA is 240.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, pretty fair compared to other HOAs for condos.
Wow.
But yeah, single story,
Three-
it was
three-
newly remodeled 3 years ago.
And how many square feet? I'm sorry. Did you say?
1,200.
Okay.
1,100, something like that.
Okay.
New refrigerator, washer dryer comes with it. New garage door opener.
Okay.
Super nice. Gated community.
And you know the MLS number, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, kidding.
I always memorize it.
All right. Hey, well, it's a nice townhome. Go on MLS, dig it up, or find Patrick. All right, gang. Thank you for coming. Eat some more food.